Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at the 1/6 scale Viper Predator sculpted by Narin. This is, I believe, the newest kit that he has released. I just got it in the mail a couple days ago, and I had to get it built right away. This is a pretty straightforward piece, so the build was pretty easy, and I just didn't want to let it sit in the box. I had to get this thing out on display because I really like this one. You can see from the base, I'm not sure, it looks like a cool, like almost like an alien hive with the bones, but it's kind of open to interpretation. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to paint it up yet. I have some ideas, but you can see he's got the blade on his leg like some other Narin pieces do, and the AVP Predators had them. You go up and he's got some bones, the really cool sculpt by Narin. This piece here, this kind of reminds me of, I'm not sure if it actually is, but like a wolf skull like the feral Predator had. But this piece comes out, I just pinned that. That's a separate piece. The knife here on his waist, same thing, that one's pinned in, that's a separate piece. The wrist blade, which is a cool, just kind of straightforward design. You can see I got just a little bit of tack in there keeping it in place because I'm not going to pin it. I'm just going to glue it in after it's painted. Then the torso is one piece, and then both arms are separate. And then you got the really cool bio helmet here, which is very cool. And then something new on this kit that, as far as I know, none of his other ones have. This bio mask is just, you just pop it right off. And man, check that head sculpt out. I mean, that's a cool looking Predator right there. But the head and the torso is all one piece, and then you just get the biomask is separate, so you can add that. You can see the shoulder cannon is also two separate pieces. Same thing. These I just have some tack in there right now for the video because it's really thin, and I don't think a pin is going to hold it because the cannon, the actual shoulder cannon, like, is heavier in the front. So if you were to pin it down here, I don't know that it would hold, so I'm just going to glue it in place after painting. So that's why you just see like the little bit of sticky tack there to hold it in place. Man, that is a cool head. And then the only other separate piece is the spear. Same thing, I just got a pin. You can see where it attaches there, but it's just pinned that way. So overall, just a really cool design. I saw pictures of this one. I knew immediately I wanted to get it. One of the interesting things too on this one is the backpack. This is kind of a, like how it's designed, how like top heavy and like curved it is. Really interesting. I don't know if I like it more or less, but really interesting design that Narin did on that. So that's all, that is part of the piece. I'm sorry, part of the torso. That is not a separate piece. So this one, I believe, is part of Narin. He has some kits that he calls like I think it's just called like the beginner series, which are more like simplified kits aimed obviously at beginners. So this one is pretty straightforward to build. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I got it put together relatively quickly, just, I don't know, maybe 2 hours or something like that. If you guys have it coming, the one thing I would do different is I would recommend, and maybe all you guys already know this and this is just my dumb mistake, but so the waist piece down to like the knees is one piece, and then each boot is a separate piece. I would recommend pinning each one of these first and then pin it into the base. What I did, I was just thinking about, like, for stability, you know, pinning the feet first and just moving up. So you have kind of like the solid base to come up. But I was a little bit off when I put the pegs in. So the feet are flush, but then I got the feet in flush on the base, everything solid. Pin this one, looking great. And I must have been slightly off with my measurements or where I drilled a hole. So I got a peg in this leg, and when I put it in and I put it flat on the base, there was a slight, just like a little bit of a seam line here. So like I said, I was just a little bit off. So I think if you guys are doing this, the better way to do it would be to peg these legs in place, get them nice and tight, get them secured, and then put your pegs in the base. So just a little, you know, maybe learn from my mistake on that one. It wasn't a huge deal, but it made it a little bit longer of a process. But I just wanted to get this video out there because this thing is this is such a cool kit, and I wanted to show it off again before being painted, because I wanted you guys to see, like, I haven't touched this thing. I haven't sanded anything. I haven't filled any seams. I haven't done anything to it except put some pins in it to hold, to make it stable. And, you know, like I said, the couple spots I got a little bit of sticky tack just to hold the pieces in place, not permanently. But I mean, this thing right out of the box, you could put the pieces together and it will stand up. It also does not need to be on the base to stand up. So if you don't want to use the base, you don't have to. But aside from the arms, you know, I'm sure they would fall out or slide out. But I mean, this thing stands up perfectly on its own. So it's such a cool model, and just so well done, put together. It's just a pleasure to get. And like I said, when I started taking it out of the box, I was just too excited to let it sit there. So I had to get it going. I love this, like, this kind of shot from here, or from like slightly underneath, pointed up at him. It's so cool. And then, like I said, I was surprised. I saw pictures Narin posted, you know, when this was up for sale, and I saw the masked and unmasked heads. I guess maybe I just assumed it was two heads, or I didn't think too much about it. But when I saw the piece, the bio helmet is just separate. So all you do, I mean, it's just kind of a, I'm just going to be careful because I'm doing it with one hand here, but it's just kind of a pressure fit. And you just put a little pressure on it and it holds. And I mean, I moved it around because I was a little nervous about it at first. I've done it a few times now, but it holds really well. So that's pretty cool. Something different. That at least I haven't seen before. I always thought the masked and unmasked are just separate heads when he does that. So I don't know if you guys have some that, if he's done that before in the past, let me know. But that's a new one as far as I know. But anyways, guys, I'm looking forward to, I'm going to do another video when this gets painted up. Let me know if you guys got this one coming. I have some ideas for a little bit of like customization on this, or elaborating on the base. The base itself, like I said, it's kind of an open concept. It looks to me a little bit like it could be the bottom of like an alien hive, because you can see there's like the bones, and it's just kind of, I'm not sure exactly, to be honest with you, what it's supposed to be. It could be, you know, on the predator planet, just the ground, or it could be a separate planet, you know, just an alien hunting planet that this guy's on. But I really love the concept of this piece. You can see I've said in other videos, my favorite predator is the wolf predator. And he reminds me a bit of him because he's got so many weapons and stuff on him that, I don't know, that's the kind of vibe I get off of this one. But like I said, I'm kicking around some ideas for maybe customizing him a little bit or embellishing on the base. But let me know what you guys think. If you got any ideas, if you got this one coming, what you're planning on doing with it. But yeah, I just, like I said, I wanted to show it off quick. I haven't seen any videos on this one. It's pretty new, so I figured I'd get the video up. As far as I know, these are still available. I don't know that there's any like limited number of them. I think he's just making them by order, but I could be wrong. But let me know, guys, what you think. What do you think of this concept? To me, Narin, it's another home run. He designs the Predators so well. And this one, like I said, when I saw the first time I saw a picture of it that he posted, I was like, oh shit, I gotta, I gotta get this one. And this is a pretty, like I said, for someone, if you're interested in them and you're not an expert, I'm not an expert in building these kits or a painter, but this one was pretty easy. So if you're thinking about getting into them or trying something, this is a great one to start with. Like I said, I think he even calls it his beginner series, or this one is part of his beginner series, I believe. But anyways, guys, I'll cut it short here. I just wanted to get this one out, show it off a bit. I will, I'm planning on doing another video when it's painted. It's going to be down the road. This one isn't going to be painted anytime soon, I don't think. But I am, like I said, trying to come up with a couple embellishments, I guess, or a different base. I am kicking around the idea of maybe not using this base, or at least adding to it. Not necessarily starting from scratch, but maybe just adding to it. But if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Like I said, especially if you got it coming in, what you're planning on doing with it. I'd love to get your guys' thoughts about it. If you have any questions about the kit, I'd be happy to answer them if I can. Let me know what you think of the design of this Predator, because I really like it. There's just there's been good and bad over the years, but I think Narin is always good. I mean, he just knocks it out of the park. And there's been a lot of talk about like the Predator recently because of Badlands just came out, I think 2 weeks ago. And I don't want to get into that whole thing. But it seems overwhelmingly good. I got a different take, I think, than most of the internet, but I love this one. And this, to me, screams Predator. So I'm really happy to have it. I'm looking forward to getting to work on it and seeing what I can come up with, hopefully to add a little bit to this piece that's already awesome. So anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment on the video. Let me know what you guys think about this kit, if you got it coming in, what other Narin kits you got coming in, anything like that. Or like I said, if you got any questions, if I can help, I'm happy to. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.